All right. Hello. Today is Friday, February 8th, 2013. I want to go over all the results from the live trading room so far this month. This is the first week results that I'm going to go over with you. Let's just go over them day by day, all right? On February 1st, we had minus 8 ticks on crude, plus 9 ticks on gold, plus 19 ticks on gold, for a total of plus 110 per contract. On the 4th of February, we had plus 15 ticks on crude oil, plus 22 ticks on gold, for a total of plus 370 per contract. On the 5th of February, we had minus 19 ticks on crude oil, plus 24 ticks on gold, plus 4 ticks on the yen, for a plus 100 per contract. On the 6th of February, we had plus 1 tick on the ES, plus 10 ticks on crude oil, and plus 4 ticks on gold, for plus $152.50 per contract. On the 7th of February, we had plus 8 ticks on crude, minus 16 ticks on gold, for a minus $80 per contract. And today, we had minus 4 ticks on crude and plus 17 ticks on gold, for plus $130 per contract. Okay. Now let me go over one other little statistic here. So far for the month of February, to get 2 points on the 1st, it took 4 minutes and 2 trades. On the 4th, it took 5 minutes and 1 trade. On the 5th, it took 155 minutes and 12 trades. On the 6th, it took 23 minutes and 1 trade. On the 7th, we didn't get 2 points. And today, it took 94 minutes and 7 trades. All right, that's all the information. All the information to get all the trades, to get all the profits. Okay, I just wanted to put all that out there for you, so everybody has it. And now we are updated up to now for the month of February. Today we had, as I said, we had minus 4 ticks on crude oil, plus 17 ticks on gold. We started off the day, we had a rough start to the day again, and we actually recorded almost the whole morning session that we did. We had recorded it. But let's start off with crude oil, okay? I think we lost our first 3 trades today, just like we did yesterday, but we came back from it today, and mostly in a single trade. My first crude trade was right here, all right? Well, wait a minute. Before I go any further, if you haven't taken a free trial with us, go to www.cfrn.net/apply. Sign up for our free trial. In our free trial, you get 5 days in our live trading room. You get access to Dwayne and I. You get access to our weekly trading zones. You get access to all of our indicators and everything we have to offer, okay, except the weekly partners meetings and access to the members area. You get everything else, so you can really test it out and try it for the first week. And and if it works out for you, then great. It's it's a win-win. All right. Again, that's www.cfrn.net/apply. Okay. Now, we had a great partners meeting last night. I showed a bunch of guys. I showed, there were a bunch of people in there, and I showed them all something, well, a new way to interpret the black line and use the black line. You have to be a partner to get into the partners meeting and see that. Get into the workshops. Hopefully we'll have that workshop posted by the end of the day sometime. Okay. It's in the members area. All right, so the first trade, we had a bearish cross. Let me bring up my pictures here. This is it. Look at the short side of this over here. Okay, the MA1 is the blue and red line, crosses down below the BBC. Bearish cross, step 1. Space is step 2. Pullback and test of the BBC with a down close is step 3. And bearish divergence is step 4. It looks like right here, you can't see it. Right here was the down close off the BBC. This one stopped me out to the tick, and then it went down and gave the profit that I would have anticipated. All right, but it stopped me out to the tick first, and then it went down. The next opportunity here, it was not the same type of setup. It was a little bit different setup. Same indicators, all that stuff, same time frame, but what I was looking for here was a confirmation of the continuation by a close down below this trend line. We got the close below the trend line and it just turned around on me and went in the opposite direction. That happens from time to time. All right. And it happened to me today. Unfortunately, I got 2 stop outs in a row though. The next opportunity here, we took the bounce off the BBC. We could have entered right there, but I was waiting for the confirmation with the close above the trend line. So I took that, and it went, I think, 7 ticks profit. I took 2 or 3 out of it, I think. The next opportunity here on the crude oil was over here, where this didn't pull back to the BBC, and this is it's a very close copy to what we did over here. All right, you see the price didn't pull all the way back to the BBC like that. So I drew the trend line in there, and we got the close down below the trend line with the bearish divergence. So we were able to jump in on that close down below the trend line with the bearish divergence, and we took some profit on that. Okay. The next opportunity was over here. It's just like this one, but on the other side. It didn't hit the BBC. We waited for it to close above the trend line, and we took some more profit on that. That was right at the end of the morning session. All right. You can see in here there were more opportunities in the during the break here, and while Dwayne was talking earlier when he was going over the headlines. Right in here was a nice spot right there, and over here a nice spot right here. All right, and there's another one about to happen right over here. Another one actually happening right now. It was right here on this down close. 95.73 would have been the spot to short right there. I'll draw the trend line for you so you can see it, but there it is, the down close right there, 95.73. There was even another one that I missed right in here. We didn't really have any divergence. All right, but that was crude oil. Okay, so we ended the morning down a little bit on crude because we had those first 2 losses right away. But that's okay. It's okay to be down a little bit if you make it up on other markets. This is the Russell. Now, we had an opportunity in here this morning on the Russell, this up close right here. I hadn't had my Russell DOM open yet. I did open it after that, but then it got stuck inside this weekly trading zone. It just stayed there. But there was a nice opportunity right here. The same picture that I had a minute ago. The same thing applies. It's all the same stuff over and over and over again. No matter what market you're looking at, it's all the same stuff. Okay. Let me just point that out. Here's a little bit of bullish divergence. It didn't pull all the way back to test the BBC. We then got the close up above this trend line that I had drawn on here. That was the spot to get in there and get long. Okay, looking for the green line to work its way into the cycle, which it did do. All right, now back here on this crude oil, you're looking for the green line to work its way down into the cycle, which it's about to do. If you got into this trade, you want to see it break this level right here. You would be reducing your risk. There it goes right there, right into the cycle. Okay, that's a perfect example of what you anticipate when you have a trade like this. Okay, no, Gary, we don't have weekly zones for the crude oil, but that's exactly what you would be looking for right there. Okay, exactly what you would be looking for, live in real time, right in front of you. All right, we didn't do anything else with the Russell today. Okay, now gold. As I said, we started off a little rough again this morning. We started off with 3 losing trades again, I think, just like yesterday. I got to stop starting off like that. But we started off with a loss here on gold. We had an up close right there, and it came down, stopped me out to the tick, and then it moved up again back to break even, and then it went down. So that wasn't as significant as being stopped out to the tick and then having it run to a profit target. But anyway, we missed that one, but we jumped in over here. On the close, this up close right here, we jumped in on this trade, and it gave us, I think we took 25 ticks profit on this move right here. All right, so that wiped out that loss there and the 2 losses that we had on crude oil. We were actually, from this trade alone right here, we were profitable on the morning. Okay, yeah, that was it. Bang! It pulled back down, hit the BBC. Now, we didn't have any divergence down here to trade it. You guys will notice this black line in here. That was from the partners meeting last night. we didn't have an opportunity to trade it in here because we didn't have any divergence. Okay, I shouldn't actually even have that little thing right there because that was the close above. It was a close above the BBC, but we didn't have any divergence to take the trade in there. There was, however, some nice divergence over here, an opportunity to short there, and over here to short, and over here we did actually short. Here there was another shorting opportunity. Over here, I don't know why I have that highlighted right there. I think I have it highlighted because I don't know why I have it highlighted. There was nothing there. But that was the end of the morning session, and that was it on gold. All right, we ended up plus 17 ticks on gold. So we had a pretty good morning on the gold. I think we could have done a lot more trading on the gold if we would have focused on the gold. We had some guys from the partners meeting last night that after the first half an hour they were up 30, 40 ticks, doing stuff that we showed in the partners meeting last night. Now let me just show you over here on the NQ. I took one trade on the NQ this morning. I had this big run up right at the open, but there was no way to get into it. I got into it over here once we had a pullback. I didn't draw the trend line, but I was eyeballing it. Right there, the up close right here is where I entered. It gave us a point profit, a little better than a point profit up here to the dynamic resistance, and then it came back down and took me out at break even. That was the only trade I placed on the NQ, but I mean it was there. It was definitely there. Crude oil just gave another opportunity right here from that last one. If you got into this last trade over here, right there at 95.73. 95.73. It's dropped all the way down to 95. Let's just say 33. That's a $400 move right there. Okay, 73 down to 33, or a $390 move. And that happened while I was doing the recap. Pretty simple stuff. Let's see, over here, we had an up close right in here. That was another opportunity to get long for a couple of points. Then it got choppy. I pointed out a couple other spots in here as they were happening. That was good for about a point. This was good for about 3 points. And that brings us to where we are now. I didn't trade anything other than that one trade. I didn't do anything on the NQ. Okay, so that's pretty much it there. I didn't do anything on soybeans either. There was a soybean report due out right here. I'll show you. Right here. Look at 1201. All these bars, and I'll blow the soybeans up. At 1201, all these bars between 1201 and 1202, there was a grain report due out. Now earlier on, I had mentioned, or Cliff had actually pointed out to me, based on the stuff that we talked about last night, right here was an opportunity to short. If you go through and you look at everything from last night, you'll see that there were more opportunities in there, more opportunities to trade. Looking right over here, there was one right in there. And back over here, there was one right here to get short. Now there were plenty of opportunities to trade, but we were just leaving it alone this morning because we had that grain report coming out. So I didn't take any trades on the crude oil. I do want to just point out, I didn't take any trades on the soybeans. I took a bunch on the crude oil, sorry. I have crude oil on my brain because I was watching it out of the corner of my eye just dropping like this. Now the entry on that, as I said, was up here at 95.73, and it's now dropped all the way down to 95.27. That's 46 ticks. 46 ticks. And if you missed this first entry, there was another one right here. Right there that you could have taken. There's another one being created right at the moment. Okay. That's it. I'm going to stop with the crude oil for right now. All right, let's get over here to the ES. Now, on the ES, we had an opportunity in here on the ES right here. It was pretty early on in the morning, and I said, if you get in right here, I think it was, the up close right here was 975 is what I said. It should get right up to 511, and it did get right up to 511 right after I said that. There were a couple more opportunities in here that gave a point or so, a little better than a point each time. Right now it's going down into the weekly trading zone, so I wouldn't recommend trading it right here. It's been pretty flat. Since it got up to the zone, it flattened out. Since it hit that magical 15-15 spot that that was forecast. But that's it on the ES. Now we didn't trade the 6E and we didn't trade the yen because it's Saturday in Asia right now. I think, right? 16 hours ahead, something like that. Yeah, I know. I gotta finish this up before the blizzard knocks my power out, right, Frank? Here we go, right here, guys. On the natural gas, I believe it was it at the end of the morning session that I had pointed out right here. A down close right here should get down here, and it did, and that gave us more opportunity. I also said once the green line gets down into the cycle, it should pull back and give more divergence and another opportunity to short. Okay, so you would be looking at the down close right here, all right, for the other opportunity to short. Then you lost your divergence in there. It's starting to get the divergence back again now, but I don't like the way that it's coming together here. All right, but there were a few opportunities in there this morning on the natural gas, particularly right at the end of the morning session. And I had said to everybody in there, and we had a whole bunch of people in the morning session this morning. Thanks to everyone who showed up for the morning session to check it all out. It all worked out. Okay, it worked out pretty well. I do want to say one thing about everything that we did in the morning session. If you became a partner and you got into the workshops that we've done, that we have in the members area, you know, the workshops from like last night, the last month, there's a ton of stuff in there to help you transition into the learning process or tackle that learning curve. You know, what I did in the live trading room this morning, I think I've been told by Frank anyway, I've been told, but I did slow it down quite a bit, and I did a lot of explaining, and we actually recorded almost all of it. So we, at some point, we'll have a link to that recording that we can put somewhere. I mean, it's still converting right now. It says it's still got 2 hours left to the conversion process. But I hope everybody got some sort of benefit from that this morning. All right. All right, so that's it. I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys all have a great weekend. Hopefully we'll have power by the time we get back here on Monday, and everything should be good. We're not snowed in yet. There's a white cover on the ground right now, Gary. But it's all good. All right, that's it, guys. I'm going to wrap up the recording. If anybody has any more questions, you can email them to us at support@cfrn.net. If you have questions about the charts, about setting up the charting platform or DT Pro or anything like that, call 866-928-3310. Again, that's 866-928-3310. All right. If you have questions about any of the other stuff, about the setups, about what it takes to become a partner, about the cost, the options, anything like that, just send us an email at support@cfrn.net or call me on the phone number that I had put in there in this morning session. Okay, in the morning session, send us an email at support@cfrn.net or call me on my cell phone. All right, that's it, guys. Gonna wrap it.